Let's talk low power crypto mining. And I don't mean some nonsense like that Pi network pyramid scheme thing on your phone.
No. That's a scam!
That Ty Lopez is probably going to turn around the corner and tell you he read books so you should buy his course.
2,000 new books that I bought.
No. Many people familiar with cryptocurrency mining, the first project that may come to mind. I didn't mean to do that. Mind. Is Helium. And we've talked a lot about Helium. Was good, then bad. We're gonna touch on that. But a project that is very often compared to Helium mining right now for low power crypto mining is Chia XCH farming, which basically is hard drive mining. And there are a few other things I'm gonna touch on, but in this video I wanna break down really Helium mining versus Chia mining or Chia farming. These are two low power mining initiatives. It doesn't matter if you pay 50 cents per kilowatt hour. You have an awful electricity rate, like maybe you're unfortunately in Europe or California. Man, I feel for you guys. My name is Vosk. I'm a full-time crypto miner and I make crypto YouTube videos, so please subscribe. If for nothing else, so just stick around and laugh at me. I got a lot of highs and lows lately, but I am coming off a bit of a high. This past weekend was fun. It was crazy. Hit the track in the VoskCoin Bitcoin Supra and worked out a lot of the bugs this winter with the car, and it was my most enjoyable track experience that I've had with it so far. Life's been crazy lately. Crypto's been crazy. I mean, more black swan events. Ooh, sun's coming out though. My color probably just changed. You know, crypto's been nuts, but cryptocurrency prices have held up pretty rock solid. And if there's anything we can be sure about, in 10 years, $1 will be worth less than $1 is worth today. And I will confidently say that I think in 10 years, one Bitcoin will be worth more than one Bitcoin is today. You know, obviously not financial advice. Nobody knows the future. Whatever, dude. You know, all we have is the data from the past. We make the best decisions off that, and you look forward that we can. So it's easy to let a lot of things in this world, in this market, and everything in between beat you down. Don't let it, right? It's like that good old Rocky scene. Low power crypto mining is a lot of fun. It's a unique initiative, and it's much more just accessible to many people. I have a decent electricity rate. So a lot of forms of mining work for me. Also working on building out the solar powered mining farm that will, you know, give me another unique edge. But I am infatuated with cryptocurrency mining, earning passive income mining crypto, and I want to be involved in all the different types of it. And it's just a lot easier to stomach, like maybe paying more for a mining rig, right? Or a mining setup, right? If it doesn't use a lot of electricity. But this is a complicated area, and there are schemers among us as well. Like there's that whole MXC Neo miner that also apparently mines Doge, but that's absolutely impossible. It does not mine Doge because a script ASIC miner that consumes over 3,000 watts mines Doge. But the point is that like there's basically scammy low power crypto miners that don't actually really mine, right? And I've been very vocal about Helium, and I've been very excited about Chia recently. And I really want to kind of get focused now and break that down. So let's start with the good of Helium, okay? Helium, originally LoRa, it's basically a radio wave network, right? And if you get enough little terminals, they can all talk to each other, get connected, and build a network, right? You know, there's a lot of things you can do with LoRa, and it falls under that IoT Internet of Things, and it was just kind of exciting that basically we could run a blockchain, because originally Helium miners were also Helium nodes, which they later moved away from, which I did not like. It was a new form of mining more or less, and it was really exciting, and we were pretty early, and they had a lot of incentives as far as mining a fair amount of coins. There was the lottery thing, which led to the insane day where I mined over $5,000 of Helium in one day with a device that cost like $300, but they kept going up in price. They're really just a custom Raspberry Pi with a LoRa chip radio chip, as the layman's terms. Helium is centralized. They didn't let you DIY helium mining rigs. They've taken a ton of money in fundraising. They're in bed with Solana. They've committed to moving to the Solana blockchain. And much like the Obama phone, they're looking to bring you the Solana phone. It's something we never needed or wanted. But they've pivoted towards 5G. And, most people, including myself, just feel pretty burnt on the venture. My early helium miners, I ROI'd, really broke even and then some. I had a great return on my investment. But my later miners, some of them still have not broken even. You can customize your deployment to make it more profitable and more powerful. And that tinkering aspect is fun for some, but with my lack of enthusiasm in the project overall, it's taken the tinkering fun out of it as well. Now let's contrast that with Chia. Okay, Chia, and I know. Thinking of the Chia pets. Me too. I want to make a Tails Chia pet. Would you back it on Kickstarter? Chia is trying to position themselves to be more like a Bitcoin. And you're like, whoa. I'm like, Carlos, what the hell are you doing in my video? I thought we left you in 2017, man. It's positioned more like a Bitcoin, like more like a decentralized network. The team hails more out of like the OG Bitcoin era and less out of like the, hey, VCs, give us a bunch of money, we're gonna make cryptos, right? A la Helium or Nova Labs. Chia is trying to be a green blockchain, which I find the pitch at its face boring, but what it has led to is a green mining initiative. Okay, so we have a different hardware choice and focus. We have hard drives. You plot them. You utilize this space on this hard drive to mine, to provide a service for the network. These Chia miners, when set up properly, operate as nodes. There's different ways to go about it. But for example, we've talked a lot about the Evergreen Miner, okay? The Evergreen Miner is fun, it's exciting, it's a plug and play Chia XCH farmer, right? They call them farmers, they're really just miners, but they act like, oh, he must be a new guy. Oh, you saw it on YouTube, you call it a miner, loser. Like, shut your bitch ass up, man. I've been farming since way before you knew about it. Point being, though, is that Evergreen is evolving. They're working towards compressed plots, making all of the Evergreen miners nodes. They've received a grant from the Chia Foundation to build out a more advanced miner software. It's all open source, it's decentralized, it's cool, right? So the Chia Foundation, they can disappear and Chia will keep running. You can't say that about Helium, because Helium's blockchain started to keep going down, failed to scale, moving to Solana, the least reliable blockchain in the history of blockchains, that just experienced almost a 24-hour outage a few weeks ago. So yeah, good luck with your Solana phone when nobody can reach you for 18 hours and you come crawling back to Verizon. Here's where it became very interesting for me personally, okay? I was familiar with Chia farming, originally, but I just didn't have the time or interest to DIY it. And you can still DIY a Chia farmer or basically build hard drive mining rigs all around this XCH cryptocurrency. So that's a key component that Helium lost along the way. They didn't spend enough time combating the scammers and manipulators and gamers of their ecosystem. Okay, so Chia has always and will always have a DIY component. Really cool, but I didn't have the interest and time to do it. Enter Evergreen with a plug and play option. I'm all about it. I click, oh, Evergreen Miner's on the way, deploy them. Each one of the big kits that I've got is earning over 80 bucks a month right now in passive income, all while Chia is pretty close to its all-time low. All right, it's like now's the time to be building out a mining farm, and you're like, oh, I should just buy the coin if it's so great. Go ahead, buy the coin. Like, I don't care if people buy coins. Go ahead. Buying coins is boring, okay? I'm in cryptocurrency because I love it. It's interesting, it's fun, it's engaging. Buying coins, click, I'm done, bored. I mean, I guess I need a new hobby now, yeah. I shoot guns, I race cars, and I game. But it's cryptocurrency I find to be my true passion, and also the only thing that helps me make money instead of obliterate it. Especially cars. Don't get into cars. But since we make crypto YouTube videos, I asked Evergreen to set up an affiliate program. They did. We got a link down below. We got the best coupon code that they offer anymore. Punch it in, VoskCoin, save some cash. You know, shameless plug on that one, but this is not a sponsored video by any means. So that, you know, that's that piece of this, right? So to bring it back to Chia, the fact that you can always DIY mining rigs, and you want to DIY it, join the VoskCoin Discord server. We got tons of people DIYing these rigs right now. Join the VoskCoin Talk forum, connect with others, or look for other avenues. We just have the best community in the mining world. So I mean, I don't know, you can go hang out second best if you want. You're a DIY builder, go about it. You're a plug-in player, do it. This is a key component that Helium lost along the way with their gatekeeping of their manufacturers, all while failing with this whole gatekeeping aspect and letting scammers in that took advantage of me, you, and many others, delivering miners way late, if ever. It's disgusting. It pisses me off. And to be honest, all of that blame obviously falls on the company that did an awful job, but then it all falls on Helium Inc, or now Nova Labs, because they're the ones that vetted and approved them, all while stripping your ability for this decentralized cryptocurrency, stripping your ability, do it yourself, DIY, build your own Helium Miner. That alone is one critical difference that people need to understand. Also, Chia doesn't charge any fee for your miner to go online. Do you know for every miner that goes onto the Helium network, there's a $50 onboarding fee. So in a lot of Helium reports, they boast about all these earnings and revenue, this, that, whatever. Over 99% of that was just these miners going online. It was like literally just a company tax on top. I do want to say though that Helium mining is still the second best cryptocurrency to mine with a low power focus. A lot of these miners can be had very cheap now. They order it, shows up quickly. A lot of miners have gone offline, decreasing competition, but they keep messing with the network and it just seems to always get worse. But the fact is, you can get a Helium miner, you go on eBay, grab one for like $100 right now. Make a couple bucks a month at low HNT prices, could be a good time. But Helium isn't being listed on more cryptocurrency exchanges right now. The HNT token has actually been taken off of some. Most notably, they just got delisted on Binance US. Compare that with Chia XCH, not on too many cryptocurrency exchanges. I'd like to say yet, but there are still a couple good places to trade Chia. Most notably, KuCoin would suffice for many people. I'll drop a link to a thread down below where I break down all the places you can trade it, as well as some other stats. But that's actually something that makes me a little bullish. Like, we don't have Chia listed on every major cryptocurrency exchange, and those are all things that lead to the pumping of the coin, especially in the right circumstances. It's the upside that really interests me. To put it into perspective, basically deploying $3,000 worth of Chia XCH farming mining hard drives consumes less than 100 watts. We're talking, depending on how big your mining rig is, it's gonna cost you like $1 to $6 a month in electricity. All right, most, say, Bitcoin miners in comparison will cost you $8 to $9 a day. Any way you slice it, it's a very green form of mining, even in a larger deployment and an expensive deployment. It goes to say the same for Helium. These things barely use any watts because they're pretty much just a little tiny computer, little Raspberry Pi guy. And that's cool. These are two very low energy, low cost, just easy to run basically forever. They're both very small. They're both very quiet or even silent. Because they don't use much electricity, they don't produce much heat. So we have low heat, low electricity, low noise. This is basically as appealing and the old wife approval factor, like as high as you can get on that list.
Drew, why is there a mining rig in the bathroom?
Why is there that's your rig. You compare that to a Bitcoin ASIC miner, an application-specific integrated circuit miner, a big custom computer industrialization of mining. It's big, it's loud, it's ugly, it's heavy, it's hot. Both of these cryptocurrencies were blockchains as well as platforms. Helium decided that they didn't want to be their own chain anymore, so they're just now a shitcoin with a whole shitcoin of ecosystems. It's a lot of blockchain, hanging out with SBF. Chia is a blockchain platform that is basically building tokens on their chain, digital collectibles live on the chain, and much more. A platform has immense value, and these miners, farmers, run that, they operate it, and they make it more value, they make it more resilient, and they make these things possible. Much like the Helium miners build out the network, it's crowdfunding, it's crowdsourcing a network. It's all mining really ever was. I mean, Bitcoin mining as it is just a service for security and a really cool economic, experiment, deployment, distribution of these coins in a non-security method, right? So the Howey test, U.S. securities, U.S. government's full of idiots. One, that's a different issue. Taxation is theft. I'm over this stuff. This is all ridiculous. If you can't come up with some fair rules, then you don't get to make rules at the end. And once your rules are so terrible, I'll leave it. I'm not going to. I'm not doing that rant today. Before I ran and get off topic, let's bring it back. Let's talk manufacturers, but a little bit more here. So I talked about the issue with Helium's gatekeeping and failure to gatekeep even properly. But then moving forward, so a positive about Helium miners are multiple manufacturers. Yes, but their track record is not that great. But they do not allow a DIY option. Huge issue. Basically a red flag we should have been more cognizant of. You look at Chia, DIY it all you want. That's great. You look at the manufacturers, Evergreen has showed up as the only plug and play monopoly. I think that we'll see some Evergreen Miner competitors in the future, which I think that competition would be good. But we need another quality company, or we can just end up in bad scenarios and wish you had went with the tried and true version or just done it yourself. But my point is that it's kind of less developed and there's less plug and play options, which is why Evergreen is surging in popularity. When it comes to both of these cryptocurrencies, today is always better than tomorrow, right? In the future, block rewards, emissions of coins, the amount of new cryptocurrencies mined per day, emitted per day, minted, created, whatever word per day goes down. Your best chance to mine more coins is as soon as possible. If you're into it, if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, time is now, really, for either of them. As frustrated and just kind of pissed I am at Helium, I think the HNT coin is going to go up from where it is in the next bull run, much like many other cryptocurrencies. So I'm personally not getting any more Helium miners, but I'm trying to keep the ones I have running, but I'll be honest, if they go down and they're far away, I don't lose sleep over it. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. And same thing with the Chia miners, right? Again, we're closer to all-time lows. Mined some coins before the halving in over a little bit over a year. A lot of coins and a lot of money per day. To round this video off quickly, and this is a bit of an opinion, but basically as I dig into the Chia team, I like what I see more than when I've dug into the Helium team, especially with, again, their track record and their focus and with the direction, destination they're moving forward and towards, whatever. For whatever it's worth. Do your own research, make your own decisions. This is my 2 cents on the subject, but I really wanted to make this video for, if not no other reason than people keep comparing Chia farming to Helium mining, and the people behind these coins are different, all the technology is different, the motives are different, the tokenomics are different, the centralized aspect on both of them are drastically different, and there's just many reasons why I'm intrigued, I'm interested, and I'm just excited. I mean, if you can't find something to interest you in a bear market, then you're really never going to be set up for great success in the bull market. Now's the time to build the bags. Now's the time to put the pieces back together. Now's the time to build out a mining farm, or whatever you want to do. When things are popping off left and right, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity, but you won't get to ride it up. Not those parabolic potential gains. It's easy to get down. Hopefully I'm here to pick you up. Make sure to subscribe to the VoskCoin YouTube channel if you haven't already, for no other reason than our CLPMO, our Chief Low Power Mining Officer here at the VoskCoin YouTube channel. That's gonna be none other than the Tails. I'm out. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully. You know what? No, hopefully. I better. I got a haircut today because you guys are making fun of me. The comments said my hair was ugly and my beard needed trim. I'll tell you what. You don't owe anything back.